All right, let's talk about something that ruffles feathers faster than pineapple on pizza: laziness. Specifically, where in the US you're most likely to find it. Now, before anyone starts throwing dumbbells across state lines, remember, this isn't just name-calling. This is about real data, real habits, real states that just aren't moving as much as the rest. So buckle up, America. We're going on a cross-country road trip with zero cardio. Indiana. All right, Hoosiers, don't come for me yet. Indiana ranks surprisingly high in adult obesity, physical inactivity, and screen time. 3 red flags in the laziness department. It's not just anecdotal either. The CDC reports over 30% of Indiana adults admit they get no leisure time physical activity at all. That means they're not just skipping the gym, they're skipping everything. Walking, biking, dancing, you name it. Still, if you've ever seen how intense people get about their basketball here, maybe they're just saving energy for March Madness. And hey, the weather doesn't help either. Cold winters, hot, humid summers. It's not exactly motivating to get out and jog when you're either freezing or melting. Mississippi. We're moving south, and it's getting sluggish. Mississippi consistently ranks near the bottom in health, wellness, and activity. Over 35% of adults are physically inactive. That's over a third of the population that says, "I'm good" to movement. But let's be real. Between the heat, humidity, and fried food culture, it's no surprise people are more couch than cardio. But there's more here than just weather and food. Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the country, and that has a domino effect. Fewer gyms, less access to parks, unsafe neighborhoods. When walking around your block feels like a risk, you stay home. When money's tight, you're not spending it on yoga classes or running shoes. And Mississippi's school systems? Many of them have slashed physical education funding. That means kids aren't getting the habit of movement early, and if you don't build it young, it rarely shows up later. Alabama. Alabama's stats mirror Mississippi's almost perfectly. High inactivity, high obesity, low interest in movement that doesn't involve a motor. The Yellowhammer states also got one of the highest rates of fast food per capita. So you've got access, affordability, and a lifestyle that leans heavy on comfort over calories burned. If walking to the fridge was an Olympic event, Alabama would medal. And look, Alabama's landscape doesn't exactly scream walkable. Wide highways, disconnected neighborhoods, and sweltering summers keep people indoors. But culturally too, there's a slower pace of life. That's not always bad until it starts shaving years off your lifespan. Alabama's health statistics are grim. Diabetes, heart disease, and stroke are rampant. And they all tie directly into lack of movement. Kentucky. Kentucky might be famous for horse racing, but it turns out the horses are the only ones doing laps. The rest of the state? Not so much. With a whopping 33% physical inactivity rate, Kentucky lands firmly in the lazy lane. Combine that with high smoking and poor diet, and you've got a population that's moving slower than molasses in January. And just like Mississippi, the poverty rate plays a big role. Add in opioid addiction, chronic health issues, and lack of public transport, and you've got a recipe for sedentary living. Many small towns in Kentucky don't even have a gym, or if they do, it's poorly maintained and underused. So people stay home, they sit, they snack, they repeat. Louisiana. The food in Louisiana is legendary. Gumbo, beignets, po' boys, all fantastic. But the side effect? A serious lack of movement. Louisiana ranks high in both adult and child obesity, and over 32% of adults are completely sedentary. And we get it. When your state hosts some of the best food festivals in the country, jogging just feels wrong. But there's a more serious issue here: generational habits. Physical inactivity is something kids learn by watching. And in Louisiana, there's a strong trend of sedentary family culture. Less outdoor activity, more screens, more sitting, more eating. Over time, that creates a lifestyle that feels normal, but is slowly killing people. Even in cities like New Orleans, which are rich in culture, the infrastructure isn't built for daily movement. West Virginia. This state is rugged, beautiful, and extremely inactive. Despite all that natural terrain perfect for hiking and exploration, West Virginia is one of the most sedentary places in the US. The inactivity rate? Over 35%. That means more than a third of people here are skipping any form of recreational movement. It's also one of the least healthy states overall, with high rates of diabetes and heart disease. But there's a tragic twist here. West Virginia is one of the most economically depressed states in the country. When you're focused on surviving, exercise takes a back seat. Add in opioid addiction and poor healthcare access, and you've got communities stuck in a cycle of inactivity, illness, and immobility. This isn't just laziness, it's generational crisis disguised as lifestyle. Tennessee. Country music might be high energy, but the residents of Tennessee? Not so much. The volunteer state consistently ranks in the bottom 5 for physical activity. Over a third of adults are inactive, and childhood obesity is on the rise. Even in Nashville, a city known for its vibrancy, sedentary lifestyles are becoming the norm. Maybe it's time to turn those line dances into cardio workouts. Tennessee also faces structural barriers. Poor public transit, extreme seasonal weather, and poverty make movement a luxury for many. And when your work life involves sitting all day and your home life is centered around the TV, what are the chances you'll get up and jog? Not high. Especially when fitness isn't marketed in a way that feels accessible or culturally relevant. So, why are these states so lazy? It's not just about personal habits. There are real social and environmental factors at play. Rural versus urban. People in rural areas, which dominate this list, often have fewer sidewalks, gyms, or bike lanes. Poverty and access. Many of these states struggle economically, and that means less access to fitness programs or safe spaces to be active. Cultural norms. A slow-paced, comfort-focused lifestyle can become generational. If your parents weren't joggers, chances are you aren't either. Weather, yes, extreme heat and cold discourage outdoor activity. Mississippi's summers, basically the inside of a hairdryer. But wait, what counts as lazy? Let's get one thing straight. Being inactive doesn't always mean someone's lazy. These numbers come from CDC and state health department data that focus on physical inactivity, obesity, and overall lifestyle patterns. But there are deeper issues here. Poverty, access to safe spaces for exercise, climate, transportation, all of these play a part. Some communities simply don't have the resources others take for granted. Also, mental health is a factor. Depression, chronic stress, and poor sleep all tie into energy levels and motivation. It's not always a matter of willpower. Sometimes it's just survival mode. So next time you're feeling lazy, just remember, you might be carrying on a proud state tradition. But also, maybe take a walk. Your couch isn't going anywhere. And if you're from one of these states, no shade. We love you. Just maybe swap that soda for water today. Baby steps. Want more weird rankings like this? Hit that follow and we'll keep the controversy coming.